So next, in advice to my younger self, I've been noticing recently that strangers seem to be giving me a lot more grace than I'm giving myself. And uh, I may be telling too harsh a story about my professional life and what I have done and what I have accomplished and failed to accomplish over the years. It's been non-linear. I've done a lot of things. I've never done any one job or one job title for longer than 2 years, and most of the jobs I've ever held didn't exist, not just when I was in high school, but like a lot of them were relatively new job titles in the few years before I got them. Or they were jobs that people maybe don't know exist. Like there was a period of time that I was a business analyst, and there was a period of time that I was an instructional designer. Like I was an instructional designer when it was still very much focused on instruction rather than producing digital content for things. And then I was home with the kids, and I was gardening, and I had a farm stand, and I was raising chickens, and I was working at the tiny little library. So I've had this really weird, spotty, patchy life, where I also went and I learned to teach yoga, and I learned to teach meditation, and I've done lots of embodiment, and I've done embodiment coaching, and I've like trained as an embodiment coach. And so I've got this esoteric body of knowledge all sort of placed into this mind, into this body, combining with my academic background. And it's hard to tell a coherent story about it. But I've been to 2 parties in the last couple of weeks with strangers where I was invited as the plus one and didn't really know anybody. And I'm a fairly good extrovert, and I can work a room. I wasn't really trying to work a room, but I was just like, well, nobody here knows me anyway. I've got nothing to lose, so I'm not trying to impress anybody or um, leave a particular story behind. But what I found was that in at both parties, as I was telling my story and talking about that sort of incoherence of my professional background, the person I was talking to said, no, you've got a really interesting background. So, don't sell yourself short. All of those things that you did, they all count, and they all were valid things to do with your life. So, as I'm giving advice to my younger self, I would say, maybe give yourself more grace. Advice to my younger self, which is me right now. Yeah, I think we got that intro already.